Hey there, DIYers. Today, we got a new project. We're going to build a shoe rack, and since I have got a bunch of leftover pallet materials, we're going to try and use some of that stuff to build this new shoe rack. We're going to go for about it's going to actually go in one of our closets. It's going to be about 4 foot tall. It's going to be 32 inches wide, and we're going to put multiple levels on it. So, hey, let's get started. All right, so like I said, we're going to start out with this thing 4 foot tall, 32 inches wide. So what we started out with is we got some of these pallet boards here. These were part of the skids. Like I said, all the boards have been cut off everything already, so we're going to cut these down. I went ahead and cut 2 of them, or 4 pieces, 4 foot long. These inside pieces are going to run between to make actually each one of the runs or shelves is going to be 29.5 inches. So we're going to start putting those together. We'll get each side made, and then we're going to connect in between them with some of the leftover pallet material that I had left over from the previous project. So I always like reuse if we can. So I always like to try to use some of this stuff. So I'm going to start getting some of this stuff put together, and we'll see how this turns out. Start putting this front face together a little bit. We're going to use a couple of our brushless tools from Ryobi, impact driver, and a drill. I'm going to drill these pilot holes in here just to make sure that we don't split the wood apart. All right, so we went ahead and got everything all laid out here. Like I said, 4 foot high, 32 inches wide, and then we went ahead and laid their shelves out. I put the first shelf here at 12 inches off the bottom, then about 8 inches in between each one, and left a little bit more at the top. But there should be pretty ample room for all of our tennis shoes and anything else that we may want to stick on here. So I got one of these done. I still have to build one for the back, and then I can start laying some of the pallet boards that go in between them. And we're just going to use a simple brad nailer, or probably actually just the finish nail gun, and we'll get those all nailed in here, and we'll show you how it turns out. All right, so I'm going to try something a little different. I'm actually going to use, I have a little bit of paint left in a couple of these cans. Not even trying to do full coverage on this. I'm just trying to get a little bit of the black on there. So I'm not looking to put full coverage on this thing, but I don't know. We're gonna see how this turns out. You and me both. Let's see how it goes. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying all the boards on here. We're going to lay them on kind of like this. We're going to lay them in here, front to back. Then that way we have some of all the contrast with the wood, everything. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to start putting this together, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty, looks like we're getting all finished up here. Here's what we got. We're all done. I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice little sanding here, just so nobody gets any slivers in their fingers or anything like that. But hey, I think this will turn out pretty nice for a bunch of scrap materials laying around in the shop. Actually put it to good use. And hey, thanks for joining me in the episode. Hey, go down, like it, share it, subscribe to it. I'm on Facebook and
Instagram.
We'll see you next time. Later.